here today with Chef John Davies, aka the Persnickety Chef, who writes a column for CapeMay.com and Cape May Magazine. In a continuation with our Basic Techniques series, Chef's going to show us today how to do a pâté brisé. What's up, Doc?
We're going to make our pie crust. Pâté brisé differentiates from regular pie crust. It has a little higher fat content, which means it has more flavor. We're going to use butter, and we're going to use the food processor today to make making pie dough painless as possible.
And on that subject, I have to note that you asked me whether I had a pastry mixer thingy, handy thing, or a food processor. And once I use this food process technique, I am no longer afraid of baking a pie crust.
It's a lot easier, simple, and you have it's just simple and easier.
Good.
So here we go.
How much flour do you have there, Chef?
About 3 cups. And we're going to put in, we want to make sure that the butter is very cold. And we're going to just pulse this.
I'm just going to show folks what it looks like. And then we'll show them what it looks like when you're done.
Short pulses, we don't want to overdevelop the gluten.
Okay.
And now we're going to add a little bit of ice in there. So it's starting to come together.
So you can see the consistency, and there's still a little bit of ice there.
Still a little bit of ice. We'll finish that. We're going to add just a touch of salt. We're going to add a splash of water. Should be soft and just barely coming together. Sticky. We're going to wrap it in plastic.
So you roll it in a ball.
And we're going to let it rest for 20 minutes.
In the fridge.
In the fridge.
Okay, Chef, what are we up to now?
Alright, we're going to make the next components in our goat cheese, leek, and tomato tart. What we have here, we have our leeks, some onions, and a little bit of roasted garlic. We're sweating that down.
And you can check out how to sweat vegetables in one of our previous videos on CapeMay.com.
Low and slow, and we're just going to draw out the moisture.
Low and slow.
And the flavor. And then we're going to move over and make our goat cheese custard. And we're going to just make a quick custard. We're going to have our... we have our goat cheese in our bowl of the food processor, which is well chilled. And we're going to add 1 egg at a time while it's running.
So this is obviously the filling for the tart that you're working on.
Make sure that's nice and incorporated. We're going to add a pinch of salt.
I'm just going to swing in so people can see what it looks like, Chef.
And we're just going to scrape down the bowl.
That looks yummy. Now, my blade always gets stuck. Is that because yours didn't because you had the cheese cold?
Yes.
How about that?
We're going to add about a 1/4 cup of heavy cream.
Oh, that's starting to smell yummy.
ready to fill our pie shell.
Okay.
Because this is a very similar to a short dough, without the sweetness, it is going to be a little difficult to handle. So we're just going to press it in, get it as thin as possible without tearing, because this will get fairly thick on you. Work it around right up to the edge, take advantage of the flute. Alright, and now we're ready to blind bake.
And that means?
That means we're going to put parchment paper, either some beans or rice on top of here, bake this for about 15 minutes.
Right.
So the crust sort of sets before we put the custard into it.
Okay. I just want to reiterate that because I didn't turn the camera on, that our crust is finished, and we've put the tomato, leeks, onions, and garlic in, and we're now ready to pour the sauce over it. And it is very much like a quiche. What's the difference, Chef?
It's just we're using goat cheese instead of Gruyere, and we're just gonna fill this in. Make sure it does not go above the edge of the pie crust.
And note that you are putting the tart pan on a cookie sheet so that if there is any overflow, it doesn't go in the oven. It's a helpful hint.
Yes. Destroying your editor's oven usually leaves you updating your resume.
Exactly. Or it's an excuse to buy a new oven. And how long will it cook?
It's going to cook for about 40-45 minutes at 350.
And here we have the finished product. Now what do you call this? A onion leek, or?
This is a leek tomato and goat cheese tart.
Beautiful.
This would be a great summertime meal or brunch item. A glass of Saint Emilion, the ever-present Pinot Grigio, but a nice white wine, a salad. This would be a fabulous brunch, late dinner, luncheon, multi-purpose summertime meal.
And thank you, Persnickety Chef, for sharing with us.